So we've just completed the webinar Beyond Standard Lager with myself, Amin Al-Khatib, and my colleague in the US, Jared Curtin. And what we discussed in there were 4 key trends, the first one of which being the potential to boost your volume sales in the non-low alcohol beer market by using positioning and certain forms of labeling, such as the halal labeling or the soft drink positioning as well. And the second trend that we discussed was in regards to the flavored or mixed lager markets, whereabout we utilize the kind of products that are out there that consumers might be interested in, alternatives within the products, using a variation of flavors, using a variations of hybrids, positioning the product beyond the beer as something that's ready to drink, for example, and looking at markets beyond mature markets and emerging markets of sub-Saharan Africa, Latin America, and so on to sell this product. And the third trend that we look at is in regards to the craft beer market, the kind of potential that a multinational brewer and a small brewer can utilize. First of all, we identify a craft beer as a regional or local product. However, there have been instances so far whereabouts the product has gone onto the export market and reached global audiences and attracted them by using the story behind the brand, the origin behind the brand, its sense of provinciality and heritage, which plays really well in this brand. And fourthly, we looked at the affordability aspect, whereby we can access low-income consumers and play on the long-term strategy, whereby we capture the consumer by giving them something that they can afford and then offering them something within your own portfolio that they can uptrade towards, so creating a sense of brand loyalty and brand equity. And what we recommend for those kind of things is that, in terms of the first instance, looking towards the alternative positioning. Don't just look as to a low or non-low alcohol beer as a beer alternative. Look at it as if it was a soft drink. Look at what kind of local legislative actions you can apply on your product to increase the volume sales, to increase the degree of consumability of that product. Secondly, you could look at being creative when it comes to the flavored mixed lager market. There are potentially vast amounts of ingredients, vast amounts of flavors that can be used out there, and there's potentially quite a lot of local tipples or local cultures that utilize or that create certain tipples within the market that can be utilized and commercialized to create this kind of line extension. And the third recommendation that I would put forward is in regards to the craft beer market. You should look beyond your locality. You can look to the global market, export the brand, look at the potential of using its origin, its sense of heritage, its sense of provinciality to create a brand that can be experienced within the global market, but still retain that value of origin, of its own sense of locality that can be taken with it. In one sense, you could create a global brand. And lastly, the affordability issue, whereby you can access low-income consumers and try to build that sense of brand loyalty and that brand equity in those emerging markets. That will help you in building a long-term strategy in bringing on those kind of consumers, get them attracted to your product, and then as you bring in new products and you innovate within that market, certain products that speaks to their demands, you'll be able to look at the long-term, expand the market, especially as we see rates of urbanization and certain demographic shifts that will help expand not just the number of consumers, but their buying power.